Good day, my dear people of the Biafra land. Good day, Nigerian. Good day, Africa. Good day, the world. Good morning to you all, where you are hearing me from. From my own side now, it is morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I am speaking from the corners of Okutedeli Talk, where truth is the business of the day. We are going to be doing something different from my platform as we move on with our broadcast on daily basis. You know how the culture always be. We first take the headlines, then we pick the most important ones that is very dear to us, and the one that is also that affects us, the Biafrans at large. So let us move straight into the business of the day. Please listen attentively. Invite your family and friends to be part of this moving train, because we are moving to the right direction, and we are also moving to the permanent side, which is the restoration of Biafra at large. Top newspaper headlines for today, being the 28th October in the year 2022. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, Biafra. Good morning, the lovers of freedom. Good morning to you all. Welcome to the news roundup of top newspaper headlines in Nigeria and Biafra at large, being today, Friday, 28th of October in the year 2022. We have Nigerian Science Memorandum of Understanding, that's MOU, with South Korea's Daewoo for the rehabilitation of Kaduna Refinery. We will come back because this particular news affects the Biafra in all ramifications. 2. Court nullifies 14 NNPP assembly candidates in Rivers State. Wike waiting the sub. Another one on my list here. Details of Umahi Ayade Wike's meeting emerge. Umahi, Wike, Ayade, APC, and PDP. We are finished. Let's see what happens. We have Ondo PDP takes fresh action against, after Mimiko dumps article for Wike. Why federal government is keeping Mazin Nnamdi Kanu despite court order to free him? That is the awkward Malami on the line here. Fresh troubles for Jandor as thousands of Lagos for Lagos movement members return to All Progressive People's Congress, APC. How DSS and US troops arrested suspected terrorists in Abuja. How are you sure? This one is the mere alleged. Election can't be stopped or postponed because of insecurity. Okoye, who sent you? You want to be relevant. They are talking when others are talking now. We should be counting you as people who is making a very a good statement on the social media. Also. Terror attack. Police are sure of safety. Release emergency hotlines. You can find out on Daily Trust, Vanguard, Guardian newspaper, and NigeriaNews.com. EFCC to partner INEC against vote buying. When Ghana must go fly on top of your head now, you people will leave your duty post and pursue Naira. Please, let's move straight into the business of the day. We are about to take off. Please tighten your seatbelt, because we are moving on a high altitude. I have sworn that whatever I'm going to tell you all in my platform will be the truth and nothing but the truth. I'm not missing words. Truth is the business of the day in my platform. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has revealed why the federal government has failed to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Okechukwu Nnamdi Kanu. This is despite the Federal High Court sitting in Umuahia, the Abia State capital, directing the federal government to return Kanu to Kenya and pay him a whooping sum of 500 million naira as compensation for illegal detention. Malami on Thursday disclosed that Kanu is still being held in the facility of the Department of DSS Service, State Service, that DSS, due to some factors. Made that factors open before on the Malami. Before Allah Kubu make that factors open. Let's hear what that factors is all about. The minister, in an interview with Vanguard, said the rendition of IPOB leader could not be used as the only basis to release him. He further stated that it cannot be used to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of other offences leveled against him by the federal government of Nigeria. Malami noted that the federal government is holding onto Kanu on account of 4 major issues, which were preceded by the rendition matters for which the court cleared him. Malami also said to release or not to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a function of the law and the rule of the law for that matter. In arriving at a decision on whether to release or not to release, is 1, you look at the rule of law, 2, you look at the public, and 3, the national interest. You look at your security situation. 4, you look at international diplomacy. So all these things we have mentioned, this young man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have passed them all. In terms of what they call it, security, holding him is why there is too much unrest in the eastern part of the country. You understand me? In national interest, whatsoever, it have nothing to do with your election or selection or election. So talking about international diplomacy, the order have come from the highest authority that unite the world, which is United Nations Human Rights Working Committee. You and the President Muhammadu Buhari, plus all that Igbo allies that have combined together, all the likes of Joe Igbokwedem and the rest of them, deny the young man his freedom of right. I hope this fight you people are preparing, you are going to see the end. No one should run, and no one should ever go to any international aid to look for help, because what people are trying to cause is ethnic division, and it will surely happen before your very eye. I know it is not your fault, and it is not you don't even care if the Nigeria is tear into pieces or not, because if anything happens, you will find your way back to where you come from, because you are not a Nigerian. We have made the mistake, and that is why it will keep haunting us till today. Well, Malami, I know that Buhari hide under you to perpetrate all these heinous acts. We know everything, but just wait for when the time is right. Your people will pay with your own coins. Let me talk first about the rule of law. This is someone that has been granted bail on account of charges that have been preferred against him at the court. Someone jumping bail to the international community. A case of fugitive is established against the background of jumping the bail. Tell me why he cannot jump bail. Is he not somebody who is alive will appear before the court of law? The government orchestrated a python dance in his father's house, where many souls were lost, where many souls were destroyed, where many people in the course of that lost their lives. The young man managed to escape, and you expect him to still be in that same stupid country called Nigeria to wait for the trial? What if he could have died in the process? What will be the outcome of the court? Will the court judge a dead body? That is the question you all need to ask yourself before you conclude on jumping bail. The case of jumping bail have nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu as long as the international law is concerned. So I don't know where you read your own law, Mr. Malami. Better go back to school and study more if you really want to continue with this your profession of law. 2, arising from the national security. This is someone that is charged with treason, inciting and the destruction of civil authority, murder and assassination of others on account of his incitement that boil down to issues of national security and criminality. Let me ask you, Malami, what happens to the bandits? Just a couple of weeks ago, You people traded the remains of our Kaduna Abuja train kidnappers, victims. You traded them with 101 Boko Haram inmates from maximum Kirikiri prison to release the 23 people that is being held captives. After many have paid billions of naira to get their freedom. And you are here talking about national security. And you are here telling us that Kano is assassinating, whereby people who are demonstrating without not even a button on their hand. DSS, police and military and other security apparatus will arrest them. Many have been murdered in cold blood. Many have been to prison without trial. Many have been awaiting trial till death. And you people does nothing. All you can say is that Kanu is charging about treason, while you and your cohorts are the main treason and the main people who are supposed to be charged with treason. Look at El-Rufai, is still out there, governor of Kaduna State, with all his evil acts in Nigeria. He is still being left working freely. And you are here talking about criminality and national security. I think you need to go back to school once again, Mr. Malami. He said, number 3, on account of international diplomacy, this is someone that has against his person used the international community for a foreign country to launch an attack against a nation, against his nation for that matter. See, all this naturally come into place to determine what to do. So if you have, through judiciary process, established multiple cases of treason, homicide and bail jumping, among others, the fact that you have indeed succeeded in one case against the multiple others that are pending goes to establish the fact that the case cannot be the only basis and criteria for determining whether you are entitled to be released or not. Malami, the problem we are having in Nigeria is the people who are supposed to speak. They are not saying anything. All of them have gone mute. Not because of one Ghana must go or the other. Well, let's see how it ends. The other day, you people invited the young man to the Supreme Court where you appeal his bail. And the end of the story is that you people forgot some documents. I hope this plan attack that is the rumor that is going on the air in Abuja, I hope you people have not concluded in sending the young man to 6 feet. I hope such a thing never happened. Because if you do, I don't know where you will stay to tell the story. Nigeria signs a memorandum of understanding with South Korea's Daewoo for the rehabilitation of the Kaduna refinery. My question is this. Kaduna, they have shifted dry port to Kaduna, refinery to Kaduna, deepest seaport now in Badagry. Second international airport in Lagos, in what do they call it? In Lagos Expressway. Let me ask this question. Why is the Eastern being marginalized to the extent that any single thing that the government have established in the eastern part of the country? Yet, allow these people to go their way, you will not. Do the needful, you will not. Play the government of inclusiveness, you think you people are born to rule while others are born to be killed. You think you people are born to be ruled. Foreigners in our own land are the one that determines the affairs of the nation. Can't you see that you people have tumor in your brains? And when this country will rise against you people, it will seem that the Fulanis are being marginalized. And that's exactly what happens in the 80s. When other tribes are telling the Hausas, these people you people are welcoming can be a thorn to you people's flesh, they refused. When you meet an Hausa man and meet Fulani and say, this one is Hausa, this one is Fulani, the Hausa man will get angry and say, this is my brother, we are Hausa Fulanis. Now the most important men, the most prominent men in that particular Hausas, not in general, all have been wiped away by Fulanis. And then the Fulanis is the one that is controlling the affairs, both the northern part of the northwest, north-south, and north-north. That is what we brought upon ourselves. It is not only that. It happened during the time of slavery, during the time of colonization. UK entered our land, deceived our forefathers, tricked them into signing treaty they don't know nothing about, to the extent of using them for slavery. They sold their great-grandfathers to England and many other parts of Europe. Till date, no anyone have ever risen up and said, we are sorry for what we did in the olden days. We are still waiting, because a day of reckoning must come, and everyone will receive what he or she bargained for. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, and the Woo Group of South Korea have signed a memorandum of understanding for the rehabilitation of the Kaduna refinery. Excuse me, please. Let me sip my hot water. President Muhammadu Buhari, who witnessed the signing of the MOU in Seoul, South Korea, between the two groups, said he was happy about the signing because the same group was in charge of the rehabilitation works at the Warri refinery. Okute News gathered some reports, and I quote, that the president said this in a statement signed by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, titled Kaduna Refinery Rehabilitation Gets Boost, as President Buhari witnessed signing of MOU between NNPC Limited and the Woo Group in Seoul, South Korea. Adesina said the president was particularly excited as the signing came against the back of the ongoing rehabilitation works at Warri Refinery by the same Woo Group, which will at least, at the first instance, deliver fuel production before the first half of 2023. So I hear people telling us that there will be no fuel subsidy again. Well, if that is the case, we will say, Okon, we thank you, people. May the Almighty Chukwuoke Abiyama and Amadu have blessed every one of you. The Woo Group has massive investments in the automobile, maritime, and other sectors of our economy. I'm also aware that the Woo is currently engaged in the execution of the NLNG Train 7 project and also constructing sea-going LPG vessel for the NNPC and her partners. I look forward to the delivery of ongoing projects, especially at the Warri and Kaduna refineries and the NLNG Train 7, stressing that this, no doubt, will open many more windows of opportunities for the Woo and other Korean companies in Nigeria. I thank you for your faith in Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari said. He told the Korean conglomerate at the end of the signing ceremony on the last day of his visit to the Asian country to attend the first World Bio Summit, the statement revealed. So that is what we get from South Korea, or from the visit of Muhammadu Buhari to South Korea. They have signed the memorandum of understanding for that particular part of Asia to handle the refineries, the rehabilitation of our refineries. If that will solve the problem of Nigeria having a bad fuel importation and the fuel subsidy removal, I think you have done well on that aspect. The only area we are pleading and we are taking you, we are challenging you, is for you, the President of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, to do something about the insecurity. It is high time. Your tenure is about to finish. It is high time you tell your brothers who are killing our men, who are maiming our old and youths, who are bent of taking our farmlands. Tell them enough is enough. Let them go back to where they come from. They are your brothers. You know them. You speak their language. You can speak and they will understand. So the right time is here. Do that as quickly as possible so that your government will end in peace. 2023 election can be stopped or postponed because of insecurity. Who is saying that? Saying his name is Okoye. Okay, now you want to be relevant. Let me see your post. The National Commissioner and Chairman of the Information and the Voter Educational Committee of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Festus Okoye, has come out to say that the election can't be stopped or postponed because of the state of insecurity in the country. So if people are dying, you wait for them to go out there to vote, right? As if your family will come out to vote. As if you yourself will go and queue and run to vote. Because other people, our people used to say, when they carry another person's dead body for head, it seems like they carry a log of woods. That is why they are insisting there must be an election or selection. Well, my dear Festus Okoye, it is high time. It is high time you people bring down your family, because I know none of your family members will be in Nigeria, even at the moment as we are speaking. And you are saying that they cannot postpone election because of insecurity. So you prefer for people to go out there to vote, and I will clamp them down. When they kidnap them, you won't even contribute $1 to free any of them. And you are there making If I get to that place now, I will know your destiny. Oguta News report that Okoye, who was sharing his views about the 2023 general election in Punch newspaper reports, said despite the state of insecurity in the country being a threat to the next year's election, there's no alternative to the conduct of elections at the periods and times stated in the Constitution. According to him, our elections are constitutionally and legally circumscribed. Section 134 subsection 2 of the Constitution makes it mandatory that an election to the office of the president be held on a date not earlier than 180 days and not later than 30 days before the expiration of the term of office of the last holder of that office. Okoye explained that constitutionally and legally, no one, not even a court of law, has the right or the vice to extend the time assigned by the Constitution, adding that the time cannot be extended, expanded, elongated, or otherwise enlarged. The INEC, the National Commissioner, continued that the time fixed by the Constitution is like the rock of Gibraltar or Mountain Zion, which cannot be moved. If what it is to be done is not done within the time fixed, it lapses as the court is thereby robbed of jurisdiction and continue to entertain the matter. Any suggestion relating to the postponement of elections and scheduling of elections or tampering with the constitutional timelines may lead to the constitutional challenges. We must all work assiduously to ensure that the election holds at the time and period designated by the Constitution, he added. Reiterating INEC's core responsibility, Okoye said the Commission's focus is just to conduct and supervise elections and not to provision of securities. He, however, pointed out that the Nigerian Police Force, which is the lead agency in charge of election security, has promised the Commission to work hand in hand with other security agencies to provide security during the election. Okoye furthered that the police force has also assured both the Commission and the Nigerians to tackle and reduce security challenges to the barest minimum ahead of the elections and during and after the elections. Speaking on the issue of challenges the commissions might encounter at the poll, he said, the conduct and delivery of elections is a multi-stakeholder venture and requires the cooperation, coordination, and the harmonious involvement of the political parties, the security agencies, the media, and all the critical stakeholders in the electoral processes. It is next to impossible for one agency to cover the field without the active cooperation of the others. We expect the security agencies to prepare very well. We expect the political parties to prepare very well. The candidates in the election must develop a democratic spirit and conduct their campaigns and rallies in a manner that elevates rather than diminishes the electoral processes. Nigerians expect a good election and that the commission is determined to deliver it. Yes, there are serious concerns and challenges in different parts of the country. These are the significant challenges. Nigerians want to vote and need a secure environment to make their free choice. According to Festus Okoye, we expect the political parties to prepare well. The candidates in the election must develop a democratic spirit, as he said. It's based on this. Political parties and candidates in the election must, as a matter of national security, tone down their rhetoric and create a democratic ambience that gives confidence to the people rather than compounds the existing security challenges in the country through unguided utterances. Given his take on the procurement of sensitive and material and other equipment, Okoye noted that these are ballot papers and result sheets. We can only print the ballot papers when we ascertain the number of registered voters that will participate in the 2023 general election. We estimate that the figure may hover around 95 million registered voters, or 95 million accredited registered voters. So it is too early to ascertain the number of the ballot papers and result sheets that will be printed and their cost. We must conclude the printing of the permanent voters card, carry out the display of the register for claims and objectives, and make available the permanent voters cards for collection before a determination will be made on the number of ballot papers and result sheets that will be printed. I thought this election had been concluded that it will going to be handled with beavers. It will be going to be electronically. So what are you people talking about? Printing of ballot papers and the answer sheets. Wow. The commission has gone far in processing sensitive and non-sensitive materials required for the conduct of the 2023 general election. These materials are being delivered to the various locations in preparation for the election. The ballot boxes and voting cubicles are being delivered to the location. Mats, generating sets, and GP tanks required for our registration area centers are being delivered. Observers kits, media paraphernalia, stamps, stamp pads, tamper-proof jackets, and other things needed for the election are being delivered. We are confident that we will complete the procurement of materials based on our timelines. The commission is brainstorming the designing creative and innovative strategies to procure intervention vehicles during the election, the INEC National Commissioner noted. Okute News gathered and learned that Okoye, who told Nigerians to see the 2023 general election as a festival of democracy, urged them to be vigilant and also take part in the election because the conduction of a free, fair, and transparent election is not possible without the engagement of an active citizenry. He said Nigerians should know that should not also forget that the international community is watching because Nigeria's democracy matters. Not Nigeria's democracy matters. Nigeria's democracy have died long time ago. So anyone coming to tell me democracy is working in Nigeria, that person is a big fool. That person don't know what he or she is talking about. How can you say you have a democracy in a country whereby when you talk you die? A country that whatever you said will be titled hate speech. A country that when you make any single post, they will tell you that every social media in the country will be shut down. Are we in an autocratic government or military rule? And you are telling me that we are in a democracy? This is Festus Okoye. This is the first time for me to read your news, and you are making some silly statement that is not supposed. Be careful, oh. so that I will not your destiny. Are you here? 4 police emergency lines to call in Abuja. They have released emergency line you need to call. If you are my listener and you are living somewhere around Abuja or within the environs, the police have already bring out emergency lines for you to use in reaching them whenever you notice or suspect anything that is not clear to you. The Nigerian Police Force released 4 emergency phone lines to the public on Thursday following recent consistent call for security beef up in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Okute News reports that there has been consistent alarm for various stakeholders, including the United States and the United Kingdom, about terrorists planning to launch a major attack in Nigeria, particularly in the nation's capital city. The simple truth there is that they have already concluded on how to take over the Aso Rock, and your people are not doing anything. Instead of your people to at least let the nation know that the country is not safe again. The so-called Minister of Information and the Culture, Lai Mohammed, will come out and tell you that no cause for alarm, while he is moving with 1,000 or 2,000 policemen at his age. Somebody that his lifespan is already gone. Well, it is not their fault, since the youth who are supposed to be at that post are busy doing Don't Leave Me Challenge, busy watching Big Brother Nigeria, Big Brother Africa, busy watching Senorita and the rest of them. Why can't the old food be there? Look at the Minister of what do they call it? Minister of Interior. How the man have tattered, a very tattered and ugly, and the old human being are supposed to be resting. That post supposed to be for his grandson self, not even for his son, but for his grandson to handle. Yet nobody want to come out from the seat, and they made him a permanent Minister of Interior. Can you imagine that? That means only death will do him part with that office. Nigeria, I heard thee. Speaking concerning the disturbing reports, the Inspector General of Police, IGP, Usman Alkali Baba Adamu, today reiterated the force's commitment in collaboration with the other security agencies to ensure the safety of all residents within the community, while charging all strategic police managers in charge of commands and tactical formations within the country to beef up security in their respective jurisdictions, especially in the Federal Capital Territory. Baba directed that all emergency numbers across the country should be activated to full capacity for a 24/7 prompt response with combatant officers and men on standby to respond in case of emergencies and distress calls. If I may ask, is it this country that somebody will call? Nigeria is a country whereby when you call policemen, when you give a distress call, they will first ask you how many how many armed robbers is there, how many machine gun do they carry, is the bullet inside? Somebody who is under sale, somebody who is even maybe 100 under your bed, for them not to tell you, and they will tell you go and check how many of them. When you pressure them, they will tell you there is no fuel or gasoline in their car. Nigeria is the only country where you will call what do I call them? There's a fire outbreak, and you call fire service. They will tell you they don't have water in their tank. That is your country. Well, I think the country have gone to the point whereby everyone is on their own. OYO, you are on your own. If you do good, fine and good. If you don't do good, fine and good. Anywhere you find yourself, if you sleep and wake up, you thank your chi. If you sleep, you don't wake up, thank your chi. You go outside, you come back in peace. Just kneel down and say your chi, ekelo. You go, you not come back, then look for money to pay yourself. That is the country we find ourselves into. Acting to the IGP's directive, the first public election officer, CSP Muyiwa Adejobi, in a statement on Thursday night said, residents within the Federal Capital Territory are all to remain vigilant and report any suspicious and abnormal occurrences and persons to the police through the following emergency lines. The lines are here. If you know the lines, please visit www.nigernews.com. You will find it. You also visit www.okutedailytalknews.com. The numbers are there. Go to Vanguard, go to Guardian newspapers, All these numbers are being made open to that place so that you can get one for yourself and your families. The IGP therefore alleys the fear of residents in the Federal Capital Territory and admonishes them to go about their lawful businesses and normal social lives and engagement as all hands are on deck to nip any security threat in the board and respond to distress calls promptly. How can you have a distress call whereby you are here, you are in Maitama, and you are calling police? The police you are calling is in Nyanya, and before that police will come there, people even if the kidnappers or the bandits put one complete train, they don't kidnap everybody that stay that place. I are saying distress call, as if when they call the police they will respond. Wouldn't they be asking some stupid questions on the phone? Say before they will even ask you, go and check if those bandits they have bomb or they have AK-47 or AK-49. Nonsense. The IGP similarly reiterates that the commitment of Nigerian police is to eliminating all threats as well as protection of lives and property of all residents of the country. The statement reads. So, my dear people of Biafra land, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, this is where I will bring my broadcast to an end today. I think we'll have to meet some other time because I still have a lot on my hand. And I still have more interesting news to drop for my fans because my duty, and I have signed it, to be giving my fans news, both Biafra, Nigeria, across the globe, even any news from any hooks and crannies of as long as this world is concerned. I will go there, bring that news, and bring it down to the footstep of my listeners, my brothers and sisters, and my brethren, lovers of freedom and lovers of mankind. So do not panic. I have vowed that everything I'm going to be bringing to my platform will be the truth and nothing but the truth. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk from my own corners, where truth is the business of the day, where truth is what is the water we drink on daily basis. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like my content, share it to your brothers, family and friends, your colleagues in the office. Always let them know that they should always subscribe, view every content from Okute Daily Talk 123 and other platforms that I have, because I make sure that my news gets to every hooks and cranes of Nigeria, of Biafra land, and also any other countries that cares to listen to my news. See you all until I come your way again. Bye for now. Keep my people.